September 25, 2000. The Sydney Olympic Stadium was filled with more than 100,000 spectators. The air buzzed with anticipation. Cathy Freeman, Australia's golden hope, was about to step onto the track. As an Aboriginal Australian, Freeman carried the hopes of her community, a symbol of resilience and unity for the entire nation. She had fought for this moment her entire life, but no one was prepared for what she would reveal next. Freeman stepped onto the track, not just as an athlete, but as a symbol, wearing something no one had ever seen before. A futuristic, full-body suit, sleek and silver, it was unlike anything the crowd, or her competitors, had expected. Gasps rippled through the stadium. Was it a tactical move? An advantage? The other runners eyed her with disbelief and curiosity. This suit was a statement. But it wasn't just about what she wore, it was about what she was about to do. As the runners took their positions, the crowd held its breath. The starting pistol cracked through the tension, and Freeman exploded off the blocks. From the very first steps, it was clear. Cathy Freeman was in control. Her stride, relentless and commanding, pushed her forward with unstoppable momentum. The swift suit moved with her like a second skin, a powerful symbol of both technological innovation and unbreakable determination. Each stride growing stronger, the roar of the crowd deafening as she stretched the gap between herself and the others. In that moment, Cathy Freeman raced into history. A gold medal, a dominant victory, a nation's dream realized, and the swift suit, now forever tied to one of the most iconic wins in Olympic history. It was a race that transcended sport, a moment that combined speed, symbolism, and a suit that would become a legend. Welcome to the incredible story of a forgotten piece of apparel designed to revolutionize sprinting forever, the Swift suit. The Nike Swift suit was a cutting-edge piece of sportswear, specifically designed to enhance performance through advanced aerodynamic design. Its development began in January 1998, when a young Englishman named Eddie Harbour, with a background in both engineering and apparel design, received a call from a Nike executive in Portland, Oregon. Nike, having recently established an innovation department, had heard promising things about the emerging designer and had a special assignment waiting for him. Upon arriving, Harbour began exploring ways to achieve the ambitious goals for the Swift suit. One of the first people he and project manager Rick McDonald reached out to was Canadian aerodynamics expert Len Brownlee. In the 70s, Brownlee had been a self-described mediocre runner, driven to find ways to get faster without relying on chemistry. For his PhD, he further studied methods to reduce drag for cyclists, runners, and downhill skiers. With this team of pioneers assembled, the design of the Swift suit could finally begin. The early design sketches drew inspiration straight from the pages of a Marvel comic. The team began by evaluating the performance of over 50 different fabrics, testing each one in wind tunnels at 3 universities across the country. During this time, Cathy Freeman was flown to the United States to participate in the project. Nike had secured contracts to provide track and field apparel for both the Australian and US teams for the upcoming 2000 Sydney Olympics, making Freeman's involvement crucial to perfecting the suit's design. So how this space-age suit worked? Different textures have varying effects on aerodynamics, meaning that a rougher texture will influence an object differently based on its size and speed compared to a smoother texture on a smaller or faster-moving part. To optimize the suit, the team measured the speed and frontal area of each part of Cathy's body, as well as the size of each section. They then rigorously tested numerous fabrics, assigning the ideal material to each specific body part. This process resulted in the distinctive, almost chaotic appearance of the Swift suit, with different fabrics strategically placed all over her body to maximize aerodynamic efficiency. The hand section of the Swift suit was crafted from a shiny, silver-coated fabric because the hands move rapidly during sprinting and require minimal drag. Other areas featured rougher textures, similar to the dimples on a golf ball, to enhance aerodynamic efficiency. The suit was specifically designed for short-distance events, ranging from 100 to 400 meters, as well as for long jump and hurdles, with aerodynamics tailored to those high speeds. The inclusion of the hood, though visually striking, was entirely purposeful. Hair creates drag, and even bare skin isn't as fast as one might think. Surprisingly, covering skin with a textured fabric often results in better aerodynamics than leaving it exposed, which is why the suit's design incorporated these principles so thoroughly. Freeman and the Nike team continued testing both in the United States and in Melbourne during 1999. During training sessions at Olympic Park, she was filmed discussing the latest version of the Swift suit, providing valuable feedback that was promptly emailed back to the team in Portland. Freeman expressed that when she moved her arms, she felt as if she were slicing through the air. She conveyed her strong confidence in Nike, having trialed the suit multiple times during her training, and even in a prior 200 meters race. Ultimately, what she appreciated most was the sensation the suit gave her while running, although she did have some reservations about its appearance. Over the course of several years, Freeman collaborated extensively with Harbour and the Nike team to develop the suit, all with their sights set on the Sydney 2000 Olympics. As 111,000 people screamed from the stands, Freeman and her Swift suit raced into legend, winning a gold medal in the 400 meters final. The groundbreaking idea of strategically placing textures on body segments according to their velocity proved to be a resounding success. The original Swift suit, which underwent further development to transform apparel in speed skating and cycling and eventually served as a model for a spacesuit, was made available to other athletes in Sydney. American sprinter Marion Jones wore it during the heats, and Michael Johnson's teammates, Alvin and Calvin Harrison, also tried it during the men's 4x400 meters relay final. However, it was only Freeman who donned the suit in full, complete with headwear, in an individual Olympic final. The Swift suit marked a pivotal step in Nike's journey toward innovation in athletic apparel. But they didn't stop there, ultimately giving rise to new breakthroughs in speed-enhancing apparel, most notably the Nike Pro TurboSpeed suit. Through the clever use of aerodynamic techniques more commonly found on golf balls, the company has found a way to shave milliseconds off a sprinter's time. In the realm of track sprinting, the dynamics of movement are complex, with different parts of the body moving at varying speeds. Sprinters often exceed speeds of 32 kilometers per hour, but certain areas, such as the lower leg, can reach speeds close to 75 kilometers per hour. This variation places those body segments well within the sphere of aerodynamic influence, making the study of these factors crucial for enhancing performance. One key innovation is known as zoned aerodynamics, a concept reminiscent of how a golf ball's textured surface enhances its speed and distance. On a golf ball, the dimpled texture creates a slightly turbulent boundary layer that clings to the surface of the ball longer before detaching. This turbulence results in a narrower wake behind the ball compared to a smooth one, effectively reducing aerodynamic drag. In a similar fashion, they applied this technology to the surface of the suit to minimize the cumulative aerodynamic drag experienced by the athlete. As counterintuitive as it might sound, a completely smooth suit would actually slow an athlete down, as rougher textures are more aerodynamically efficient. This principle underpins the innovative design of the suit, allowing athletes to achieve optimal performance. The principle of zoned aerodynamics was also applied to Cathy's suit. The key difference lies in the texture, which was integrated into the knit structure itself. As a result, transitioning between different textures required the incorporation of seam breaks to achieve the desired aerodynamic effects. In 2010, the team began exploring various methods for creating different surface architectures on athletic wear. This research led to the development of Nike Aero Swift, a groundbreaking process that enables the printing of three-dimensional textures informed by extensive wind tunnel studies. By applying this texture directly onto the fabric, the team gained enhanced control over the size of the dots, their spacing, and the rhythm of the overall texture. Nike claims that the TurboSpeed suit would shave off 0.023 seconds from a 100 meters sprint. While this time reduction may seem minimal, in the 100 meters sprints, it can mean the difference between finishing third or fourth, or between achieving a personal best and setting a new world record. At this point, you might be wondering, if the Swift suit and the Pro TurboSpeed suit offer such a significant advantage, why aren't they used by every elite sprinter today? The answer is both simple and complex. The lack of popularity can be attributed to the fact that most athletes did not find the suit comfortable or felt it added a psychological burden rather than a benefit. Unlike swimmers or cyclists, who are more accustomed to wearing streamlined, tight suits, sprinters prefer to feel unencumbered and unrestricted during competition. The Swift suit's head-to-toe design wasn't embraced widely because many athletes prefer running in as little clothing as possible to maximize freedom of motion and comfort, especially in hot conditions. Another reason lies in the perception top-level sprinters had of the Swift suit. Michael Johnson, who set a 400-meter world record wearing just a singlet and half tights, appreciated the innovation but ultimately felt it wasn't his thing. For Johnson, already at the pinnacle of his sport, adopting the suit could have been seen as a sign of needing an extra edge, potentially signaling weakness to his rivals, a perception he wanted to avoid. They continued experimenting with fabrics and panels for optimal breathability and movement, while aiming to provide slight aerodynamic gains without the full suit commitment. Although the Swift suit itself wasn't banned, there have been subsequent discussions about sports technology giving unfair advantages. In general, the governing bodies of athletics have worked to ensure that clothing enhancements do not cross into an area where they give an unfair edge beyond what is acceptable for competitive balance. The fear of seeing years of research and millions of dollars in development go to waste made companies cautious. The uncertainty surrounding the regulations on advanced performance-enhancing apparel created a significant barrier. No brand wanted to pour resources into innovation only to have the resulting product restricted or outlawed. Today, the suit is part of the collection at the National Museum of Australia, symbolizing both the technological advancements in sports at the time and Freeman's pivotal role in Australian history. As we wrap up the story about the Nike Swift suit, it's hard not to consider the broader question. What role does technology play in pushing the limits of human performance? The suit itself was a symbol of how innovation can impact the sport, helping athletes become faster, sleeker, and more efficient. In the world of sprinting, we've seen incredible records fall, thanks not only to pure athletic power, but also to advances in gear that reduces drag, improves energy return, and provides optimal support. But we have to wonder, are we approaching the limits of human ability? In many ways, it feels like we're nearing a point where raw physical capability has reached a peak. Sprinters like Usain Bolt have redefined what we thought possible, but it's hard to imagine humans running much faster without some form of external assistance. This is where technology might be the deciding factor for future breakthroughs. From aerodynamic apparel like the Swift suit to cutting-edge shoes with specialized foam and carbon plates, these advancements could be key to breaking the next set of records. If there's one thing we've learned, it's that the combination of human skill and technological enhancement can be a powerful force. Shoes, apparel, track surfaces, all of these components add up, shaving hundredths of a second off times and making a real difference. If we want to continue seeing world records fall, innovation is not just helpful, it may be essential. Whether that's a good thing or a challenge to the purity of sport, well, that's something each of us will have to decide for ourselves. The quest for speed isn't just about human evolution. It's about how we evolve the tools we use to push beyond what we thought was possible. And perhaps the next big leap will come not just from the athletes, but from the collaboration between human spirit and human ingenuity. What is your opinion on this topic? Did you know the story of the futuristic Swift suit developed by Nike a quarter of a century ago? Do you think the future of sprinting lies more in the athlete's natural ability or in the technology they use? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep chasing greatness.